Yo, hello, welcome. Welcome. Hello. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Hello. Yo. Pum. Yo, indeed. Hello, peeps. Hi. Did you do your CQ, daily CQ today, guys? I think this was the first CQ that I did that I didn't have to use my command spells. It was actually one of the easier ones, I feel like. It was a pretty straightforward one. No command spells needed. Only one of my Custodias died. Anyways. You can surely do it again. Aoko was able to solo it. Well, not solo it. Aoko double Custodia. And you just cleanse the debuffs. You just cleanse the skill seal and stuff. And you're good. Luvia breezes through it. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yo, welcome, guys. Welcome. We just freed Vlad III. So, Vlad III's triumphant return. Let's just jump right into it. We do have a squad. Now what, though? Now what? Let's see. I see. And so it won't be possible for me to fight until the singularity is repaired.
I'm afraid I have one more piece of disappointing news.
Oh.
That noble phantasm took so much out of us that we won't be able to do anything for a while either.
Well, that's unfortunate.
If we try to charge at the windmill now, we'd be knocked aside like a blade of grass.
Really, Sancho? Am I that weak now?
I'm afraid so, sir. Try charging Lord Holmes if you'll believe me.
What's up, Arnold? What's up? Huh? Alright, I will. Here I come. Ah! Wavering briefly before simply reaching out a hand and stopping him by catching his head. Ha! Yeah! Who? Wait, what? Do you guys see the stream elements thingy? Or is it for me only? Because this is not the correct thingy. Let me check something. Yeah, you see it? Great. 1 second. Chatbot. Okay, hopefully it should work now. We'll see what it's gonna do from here. Yo, what's up, Ignacio? Welcome! I suppose you can call it a draw. Delivery, Matt. I want you to do a pratfall right now. Sure, why not? That's it, well done. Is this some sort of ritual with which I'm unfamiliar? Wordlessly popping a headache pill. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. So you concluded that you require my wisdom, even at the cost of your powers as king of this realm.
Yes, we're simply not capable of taking things beyond this point. It was clear how things would end if either of the other two kings were to launch a serious assault against us.
Even so, your unwavering willingness to give up the power you were given is no small thing. It was an act of either great selflessness or great selfishness. I'm sorry, there was no way to speak to my saviors. Yo, welcome, Anchorism, welcome.
Not at all.
Very well then, let's return so I can see the Righteous Realm city for myself. From there, I'll survey your military capacity and... No, wait, I almost forgot something important I need to do first. What's up? This. My true name is Vlad III. I'm a servant of Chaldea, Berserker class. And now, I have returned to where I belong. It's good to have you back, Count Vlad. Thank you, Master. I may not be able to see your spear for the time being. A beer spear for the time being. But there are still things I can and must do to help.
Sir,
That's it. That's exactly how a knight and his lord should behave. I want that!
welcome home, sir.
It's just not the same. Oh, whoa. Damn, okay. She ascended. Dulcinea. Dulcinea.
One more word like that from you, sir, and I'll send you sailing straight down this mountain.
Ah, I'm sorry, my lady.
Better.
Back to Sancho. What was that all about?
I suspect there was another of Miss Sancho's sides. Princess Dulcinea, most likely. One of the reasons Don Quixote sent off on his journey in his titular story was to tell people far and wide of Princess Dulcinea's beauty. It's a little embarrassing, but it's true.
Can you at least warn me before it turns home like that? My poor heart can't take it.
Deal with it.
Am I the only one concerned about the current situation? Because it seems to me that losing Vlad III as a fighter is a major setback.
You're not wrong, but in this case, I also don't think it's the whole story. We have a good number of military assets to work with on both ends. Up until now though, we've lacked the tactical expertise to make use of them. So if Vlad can make up for that deficiency, then I think there are still some positives to be gained from this.
I guess that's true, but losing his combat prowess still hurts.
Alright. We'll be taking a leave here.
See you back at the throne, so...
Goodbye.
Very well then, let's take a walk around the city. Mr. Deliverman, Kadok, if you would be so kind as to disguise yourselves as servants once again, we can be on our way. There's plenty of life here, but not much drive. Morale is fairly decent. And yet, on the whole, it's all too relaxed.
Relaxed, I see.
Since each realm's population is comprised entirely of servants, universal conscription is a genuinely viable option. Of course, we wouldn't want anyone to be perpetually mired in despair over the prospect of a long-term war. What's up, Kev? For when those who should be helping to fight the war are no longer able to separate it from their daily lives, that's when awareness sets in. And when conflict is inevitable, awareness can and does lead directly to defeat.
We were told earlier that the Righteous Realms army is about to begin a training exercise. Shall we go pay them a visit?
Yes, let's do that.
Hey, Delivermat.
Yeah, Kadok?
Do you think this training exercise is going to help much?
I don't know, but we'll hope for the best.
That's just pure optimism. It's not productive.
The stores are ready. And slash! Draw. Aim. Loose. Yeah. See the spear skills. That's why they call me, the Gale. Only you call you that. Why can't I use rapid casting? I know I put in my dues as an alchemist and then some. Wait, don't tell me. It's because my tongue is too short, isn't it? Huh? Oh, they're all going at it a lot harder than I was expecting.
Well, what you know? I don't know much about combat training, but it looks like they're doing a good job.
This is even worse than I thought. Why is that? I'd prefer to meet with the king, with Charles the Great, before I say any more. There's no sense having the same conversation twice. Oh.
Is it that bad?
It is. Let us say, for the sake of argument, that the situation was entirely in our favor. By which I mean, imagine that the other two rounds have waged all-out war, and that one side succeeded in wiping out the other, but at the cost of a majority of their soldiers. Even in that ideal situation, I can tell you that we still could not win. That bad? You two, it seems you already understand the problem.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, we're technically 2 of the 12 paladins. So we both have a decent amount of real military experience.
But isn't that the case for the other servants too?
Sure. Some of them used to be heroes, or in the military, or otherwise fought in some major battles.
The problem is, they're all over the place. There's no unity or teamwork whatsoever. We can lead small teams well enough, but that's it. Astolfo and I couldn't possibly lead an entire army. What's more, Dirmut and Shufu are only slightly better than nothing. Damn. From what I've been told, both Kriemhild of the Revenge Realm and Constantinos of the Reinstatement Realm have full control of their armies. By comparison, our forces are no more than a motley crew of amateurs. In short, the entire fate of the Righteous Realm rests on whether we can transform this disparate rebel servants into a unified army.
So how exactly do we do that?
And since the dawn of recorded history, there has only been one reliable way to turn soldiers into an army. Training.
I see.
And I do not mean the way it is being done now, wherein each servant does whatever they please. They need to be trained to work as a single army and operate as though they were all part of a single organism. If they cannot do that, then we have no hope of victory. So to begin, I would like you to inform every servant in the Righteous Realm that they are to assemble early tomorrow morning for joint training.
Alright, we will.
I'll put together an initial lineup and then adjust it over the course of the training. We need to know whether we would be best served by forming groups composed of all the different classes or a single class. What sort of units we need, what it is we lack the most. Everything. We must review every detail. Hey, Sancho?
No, sir. You can't relinquish the throne.
How did you know what I was going to say? Look, I'm not proud of this, but even I'm not the best choice for this job. I know I'm not the best choice for this job. Sancho's right. Unfortunately, I currently lack the strength to stand on the front line myself. More importantly, you've already claimed to be Charles the Great. None of the other servants here would accept me suddenly taking over as your successor. You're Charles the Great now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Escape is no longer an option. Even if the path before you requires scaling a sheer wall, you must find a way to crawl up and reach the other side. Whatever you do, you cannot fall. Use whatever lies or bluster you need to hold yourself in place. You're an emperor. You cannot change that. Okay.
It's alright, sir. Don't worry. If worse comes to worse, I'll figure something out. Miss Sancho sounded fully confident in her ability to make good on her pledge. Based on his story, that should have been enough to set Don Quixote's mind at ease. But judging by the look on his face, he's positively wrecked with guilt.
I expect all of you to attend the training tomorrow, as well. That of course includes you, Master. While you won't be able to summon the servants with so many watchful eyes nearby, As long as you don't have them... Wait. You won't be able to summon... As long as you don't have them use noble phantasms, you should be able to pass yourself off as a caster who calls upon shadow soldiers to fight for you. Oh god, does that mean I'm gonna have to... There's gonna be a fight where I'm gonna have to use servants with their MP sealed? Kadok, as a mage and master, I want you to provide advice.
Damn, that's quite a job. I'll do the best I can.
Holmes, you're a great detective. I'm certain you can see things I cannot. Even if you may lack military expertise, it would be a great help if you keep an eye out for them. Will you?
Of course.
There you have it, Master. I'm glad to have you on the team. What about us? You two have the most difficult task of all. What's that? Wait and trust that we will complete our tasks. You're not to do anything more than that. Really? So I'm just supposed to do nothing? Your Charles the Great. You can neither reveal your true identity nor take part in battle yourself. Your job is to have faith in your subordinates. Yes, sir. Master, Kadok, I urge you two to get some rest. I shall do the same. I like Vlad here. He's cool. Oh man, it's still the middle of the night. Lord Delivermat. Is something the matter? I can sleep. Ha! Well, elderly folks like me are notoriously light sleepers. You're much too young for that. Sancho!
I'm here, sir. Shall I make some cocoa then?
I knew you'd know what to do, my wonderful maid.
Thank you, sir. Okay then, I'll be back shortly.
Say, how'd you end up pretending to be an emperor anyway? It's a long story. You see, one thing led to another and here we are. That's really all it boils down to. I knew I was a servant of proper human history, which immediately put me at odds with the other servants. I suppose you could say it was a stroke of luck. I was just about to say something to them when Sancho clapped a hand over my mouth and acted like we were on their side. Then, with what we learned by sneaking into the Revenge Realm, I knew things couldn't go on as they were. I may have been able to return my body in that realm, but I would have lost my mind. I'm a coward, you see. And the Reinstatement Realm wasn't much better. Their motives and methods may differ from the Revenge Realm, but they were still rebelling against proper human history. I agonized over what we should do, and ultimately I decided to move to an area where neither realm had much influence. The next thing I knew, we were surrounded by other servants who felt the same way, and they ran away with us. It was Sancho who came up with the idea of creating a place for these servants on the side of proper human history. Me? All I did was run around in a tizzy. I was only useful on the few occasions we had to fight demonic beasts. And when I volunteered once we concluded that someone would have to be this new realm's ruler. Sounds pretty admirable to me. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. For one thing, I wasn't even summoned in my prime. Both my mind and body are way past the sell-by date, if you take my meaning. My story both begins and ends with me as an old man. This is the only way I'm known. That's why I look the way that I do. Ha ha! I was so nervous when I first pretended to be Charles the Great, I thought I was going to throw up. You know, you seem a lot different now than you do during the day. Because these lonely nights are the only times I can go back to being of reasonably sound mind. Grim as that may sound.
Here's your cocoa, sir. Lord Delivermat.
Great! Thank you, Sancho.
Thanks. My pleasure.
Nice and sweet. And just the way I like it. This is delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
This cocoa is so good. I feel like it's making me forget my night.
Oh my, then I'd better take her away right now.
Please don't. This is one of the few pleasures I have at my age.
I was only joking.
It sounds like this whole run was your idea, Sancho.
Not at all. I only made a suggestion. I'm also one of the world's most helpful mates, you see. If my sir wants something, it's my job to make it happen. He took over rulership of this realm because it was the safest position for him to be in. We'd be treated like any other foot soldier if we went to fight on the front lines. And I didn't want us to die right after being summoned, so...
I pretty much only say indeed when I'm on the throne.
That hardly matters for royalty. It's either like how teenagers see their parents.
You mean as a nuisance?
You need only be proud and domineering. That's really all a king, an emperor needs.
If you say so. What do you think, Lord Delivery Man? I think that's fine.
Exactly. You see, sir? Like I said, stand tall, be domineering.
I see. Yeah, I can do that. After all, my name doesn't sound too far from Don Quixote. Sure. I'm sorry for that. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sir.
Stop that! I don't need your pity. It's only making me more miserable. Thanks again for the cocoa. I'd better head back now.
Oh, are you sure you wouldn't like to talk a little more?
No, he should get some rest. He has an early morning tomorrow. Good night.
Was that a mistake?
It's hard to say. I'd have to work up the courage to apologize. What do you think of the Master of Chaldea, Sancho? We both know how terrible a judge of character I am.
I think he's a good person, and above all, I think he's very willing to forgive others their mistakes. Sir, you do know what Chaldea coming here means, right? It means he and his companions have come a long way to be here, so there's no need to feel bad for them.
I know, but still.
I'm afraid there's nothing you can do about this, sir. It's all down to you. Though, of course, depending on how things go, an apology might be the last thing they need.
I guess I should head back to the throne. It's time to return to my duties as Charles the Great. That's a cool scene. Ugh. Good day, everyone. My true name is Vlad III. I come on behalf of Charles the Great, who has asked their land support to the righteous realm. Unfortunately, I've lost my own servant powers due to extenuating circumstances. Yo, what's up? However, as a result, His Imperial Majesty has seen fit to trust me with full command of this army. You may consider me a general, marshal, or whatever other high-status position suits you. If any of you object, speak now. I'm glad to see none take issue with my leadership. Now then, without further ado, I would like to begin your military training. From this point on, you must act as a single army rather than individual heroes. Together, you'll form multiple units, all of which will combine to create a unified armed force. I am, of course, aware that it will take more than my say-so to convince you of the merits of this new direction. I understand why this may concern you. Your individual exploits are what made you heroic spirits. I'm sure many of you believe you're strong enough to be better off doing as you please. Which is why I would like to start the training exercise. I'll form a unit of my own, but I will keep its numbers to a bare minimum. Here's a scenario. My unit will defend the fortress, and the rest of you will surround and attack it. However, my unit will also be soon receiving reinforcements. As the attackers, your objective is to break through our defenses and claim the fortress as your own. With such overwhelming numbers on your side, your victory should all be assured. Should be all but assured. Failure is not an option. As you'll begin with such a tremendous advantage, you will surely not refuse, yes? The editor's speech had the desired result. It lit a fire in the proud servants' hearts. Let's do this thing. You mess with the wrong servant, you're gonna regret this. That fortress is as good as ours. As these and other indignant war cries rang out, Vlad III instructed the castles to construct a temporary fortress. A fortress that looked, and probably actually was, much too flimsy to stand up to a servant attack. Nonetheless, Vlad III and his small force of servants entered and locked the gate behind them. In 3 hours, the battle would begin. The servants Vlad chose for his unit ran around hurriedly to try to prepare as best as they could. 1 or 2 seemed less than happy about having been selected though. They should carry out their duties faithfully, having been chosen ahead of time. Indeed. But if I may, Lord Vlad, can you tell me why you chose a siege? Because defense is where I excel. Because if we win, none of the other servants will have any right to complain. Haha, now I see. Caster, delivery mat. Yes, sir. As I told you earlier, you can't have your servants use the noble phantasms, but you also don't need to defeat our opponents. This battle will be a test of endurance. I urge you to take that into consideration when creating your lineup. I'm adding Holmes, Roland, and Shufu to your group. This fortress has intentionally been built with a hole in its defenses that could let the enemy easily occupy the entire fort should they break through. Our opponent will most likely attempt to claim victory through brute force at first. If and when that fails, they'll eventually notice the hole in our defenses. But looking at it from a different perspective, if that's where they focus their attention, their assault will become quite predictable. Remember, whether you're playing offense or defense, analyzing and predicting your opponent's action is the most important thing you can do. Now, go hide by the hole and wait for my signal. Sure. What's up, Jover? Good. I'm counting on you.
Hey again. So, like before, I'll be backing you up, but I'm not gonna do any fighting myself. Why the look? You think I'm trying to get off easy again or something? I don't exactly see you getting ready to jump into the fray either, you know? Bleh. Bleh.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now hit us with that spell already, would you?
Fine, blah blah blah, and hop.
What kind of chant was that?
Oh, get off my case. It's not the words, it's the heart that goes into them. Capiche?
It didn't really sound like your heart was in it to me, but whatever. I'm empty-minded like that.
Are you sure you don't mean broad-minded? Having an empty mind isn't usually a good thing.
Oh, here they come.
This fortress has been built with a secret side gate on the right side of the back gate. It's not big enough for a wagon, but could easily let a group of humans through. Or at least, that's apparently the planned scenario, and our opponents know about that as well. So we shouldn't have to worry about riders trying to make their way through. Instead, according to Vlad's estimations, we should expect to see servants who excel in close-range combat like sabers, lances, and assassins.
Here they come. Now. Damn it, it's an ambush. Fall back. Huh? You want us to fall back now? Alright, let's go to town on them, shall we?
Beating up on helpless targets feels so good. A wee. Nice strategy, losers. You just couldn't resist that sweet, juicy bait, could you?
Good, that caster of theirs is just nasty. And what's with that hideous doll she's carrying? Uh-oh.
You're dead.
Alright, it's go time. Agreed. You got about 5 seconds before Lady Shufu rushes in and starts punching faces. We must stop them before that happens. Surely this isn't considered a boss fight? Surely. What's this? Section 11. Arrow 1. Arrow 2 actually. No wheel. Thank God. Thank God! We just need to survive, they said. Can I use the other mesh? The good mesh? Does dress locked mean that she needs to use Orthonex? Is that what dress locked means? I think so. Do I have anyone? Yes, damn. Do I have anyone who's like really defensive without their noble phantasm? A single ally. Every arrow is a boss fight now. I mean, Xeno would be happy with that one. Not gonna lie. Oh, also, I leveled up my Nitocris. I mean, to level 80. That's... oh my goodness gracious. Because I didn't realize, but she has a 120 charge, which is kind of nice. Also, my Bill is level 80 now. He was level 70 before. Bruh. Okay, whatever. Just put random shit in. It's gonna work. Van Gogh has a team-wide evade. This is an endurance battle, so... Speaking of endurance battles... She needs Hella Bones? Oh. Is that like a defense up or a damage cut? This is damage cut. What's this? $400 damage cut. Sure, take that one. You can't use extra class. That's for boss battles. That's for boss battles. Nito materials. At level 8 it's 102. Yeah, I know. I looked it up. Nice. Is this evade that it gets? I don't want to use evade right now. Didn't crit that one, unfortunate. I don't think he minds fodder fights. Yeah, that would be just... that would be tedious, right? I feel like it's fine. I want to avoid as much tediousness as possible.
前に出ます。パラドクスエフェクターセット。はい。照準捉えました。
よし、やるとするか。
前に出ます。
初歩的なことだ、友よ。
Yeah, I'm only gonna be using that for boss battles because otherwise the only thing that it's doing is making these fights longer, which I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's fun for anyone, for you guys or for me. If we're making the fodder fights longer for no reason, right? But for boss fights, of course, we're gonna stick to it. Okay.
内熱衝撃弾装填します。
最強。別の可能性を。これでよかろうよ。さっくこれで。はっはっは。しょっぱい。わっしょい。食い込みやがれ。
Retreat! Retreat! Damn it, I really thought this was a good idea. I can't believe we lost to this Erectech bunch. I brought shame upon my order. You said it. How the hell did riffraff like this get the better of us?
Yeah, you better run, you red bastards. I'm going to punch your lights out right now.
Getting out of here! Don't think they'll be coming back anytime soon. Thanks, Shufu. Alright, it looks like our work here is done. It looks like things are playing out more or less as we expected. But let's go check in with Count Fled to make sure. I'm officially taking command of this army, and I shall be training you in ways I deem best. I take it there are no objections. No, sir. He's a demon I tell you. I still don't know what happened. It felt like there was nothing we could do to win. I can't believe I couldn't destroy one piddling fortress. Some hero it turned out to be. I expected this to happen, but it was truly impressive seeing it all play out.
Oh, this is Sancho, by the way.
That was terrifying. Terrifying. Are you two okay? How did he grow this much?
Oh yes, we're fine. The castle is almost deserted right now.
I never understood how terrifying a fully unified army could be until today.
Yes, sir. And you saving him was the right choice. Now that Count Fled is in charge of our military affairs, we should be more than equal to the task ahead.
Indeed. So then.
Yes, I think now's the time to make our own move. After we discuss it with Count Fled. Thank you all once again for your help.
Okay. Assassin's Plot. We are just about halfway through when it comes to sections now. Wait, let me check. Not check the sections, but let me check if this is a boss fight. I didn't... Oh, wait, where is it? It's not pinned. Section 12, arrow 1, no wheel. Perfect. Assassins? Oh, don't mind if I do. Where's my... Hello? Not that. I guess I can just do this, it's fine. Wait, can't I do 1 5-star here? I think so, right? No, I don't have. I'm 1 off. Never mind.
Again, thank you for agreeing to manage our military affairs, Count Vlad.
Not at all. On my honor, I vow that victory shall be ours.
Still, the fact remains that we're only now pulling up to the starting line. The other arms still have a big lead.
Come now, Sancho. Look at the bright side. Think of this as us saving our strength for when we'll need it most.
Wow, talk about putting a positive spin on things. Look at me being a big old smarty pants.
Very well then, Count Vlad. I believe we should discuss our next course of action, while continuing to train the army, of course. Agreed. Now then, if I may direct your attention to this map. Well, we have great many things on our plate at the present. We're ultimately faced with 3 options. Do we go on the offensive, or fortify our defenses? If the former, do we go after the revenge or reinstatement realm? According to the sum total of the information Sancho's spies have sent us, our best choice would seem to be a strike against the revenge realm. What's that? You must look at the big picture. The reinstatement realm may have better generals, and there's an excellent chance they will continue to grow in power. But for better or worse, Constantinos the 11th is known for quantity. Think of the singularity as a game board. He wishes to play by the rules and win it for himself. The same does not hold for the revenge realm. They would not think twice about simply overturning the entire board. And then there are the strange towers like the one you investigated. Holmes was right. The long-range cannons. The locations alone make that quite clear. However, I have a strong suspicion that the towers are, in fact, already complete. Their plan may be to use them in conjunction with the servants whose noble phantasms are themselves cannons. Or perhaps they plan to use them with something much worse than cannons. I cannot say for sure. Oh, maybe the thing that they're building. Regardless, I believe the entire Revenge Realm is working to overturn the game board in its entirety. And I suspect Zhang Jue, a caster aligned with the Revenge Realm, is the one behind this plan. We must therefore eliminate Queen Kriemhild. If she falls, the Revenge Realm is likely to follow.
If that's the case, the reinstatement realm is not just gonna sit around twiddling their thumbs, are they?
No, they will not. I say this is only my best guess based on the information I have. I could well be wrong about some things. Regardless, we must act. We must do so soon.
It all makes sense to me, but it doesn't sound like our army will be of much help there.
You're correct. Our only hope of assassinating Zhang Jue is with a small elite team. But such an operation will not, on its own, slip past the Revenge Realm's defenses. This is why we will also mobilize our entire army and make them think they're under a threat of invasion. We could, in fact, mount an actual attack. Makes sense. Diversion. And while the other 2 rounds are caught up in the resulting chaos, the assassination team will carry out the mission. Classic. This is why we need to train our army. That training will take up most of my time today, but I'll help you plan the operation tonight.
I see. Then we'll figure out the plan in the meantime. I'd be very grateful if you took a look to see how viable it is.
Well done. Very well. In regards to this mission, Mr. Delivermat, you want me to be the part of it? I do. While I've no wish to expose you to danger, your summoning skills will be essential for these assassinations. I would also like to come along on this mission. I have some experience with both stealth and combat, and I'm also concerned about what Moriarty may do. As long as he's around, I cannot in good conscience send Master off alone.
Then, I'll assign an assassin clan servant to go with you too. One on the side of proper human history, of course. You won't be able to do much of help with the mission if you can't fight at your full strength, the Lord Delivermat.
I guess we won't be of much help.
Hey, it's not like either of us was ever cut out for espionage, right? Guess I was sitting this one out too. Honestly, I don't have the skill set to help with assassination.
We still have some time until the operation begins. Time will need to get our military forces in good order and conduct a campaign. We'll also need to use that time to come up with an assassination plan, so let's bring in this assassin you spoke of now.
Sure thing, I'll call for them right away.
Who's it gonna be? Oh, I thought it was gonna be like Shufu and Dirmud. There's gonna be an actual named assassin. Never mind. Hey there, I'm an assassin. My true name is still a secret. I used to undertake assassinations as a part of a certain religious order. I'm honored to be part of this mission. Very good. These are your squad mates, Sherlock Holmes, and my master, Delivermat. They'll be key to this mission. Do whatever you must to ensure your teamwork is flawless. You have until our army's training is complete. Yes, sir. Hey there, good to meet you too. How about we get to know each other better over drinks? They say that's the modern way to break the ice. Though, just so you know, I can't drink alcohol myself. Then why go drinking at all? Good point.
Well, I'm sure the coming days will afford us ample opportunity to get to know each other better. For the moment, I think our time would be better spent determining one another's combat abilities. Then I'll make a reservation for you three at the training grounds.
Alright everyone, let's do our best to put a stop to this rebellion against proper human history. She put her hands together in prayer. It is, in a sense, a small, insignificant action, no matter how holy others may consider her. She can't stop herself from wondering if she's deceiving them. She does believe in God. She does trust his plan. But perhaps that faith exists only at the surface level. The doubt has plagued her since she was summoned. While this, no doubt goes without saying, Pope Joanna was not a real person. Okay. Her existence, or lack thereof, was debated for centuries. And Joanna knows that very well. She's fully aware that she's a figment of someone's imagination. She knows that every high and low of her life is pure fiction. She's sure that whenever she was summoned to fight the Holy Grail War, though she has no memory of past summons, she must have fallen deeply into despair. Now that she's aware of this, she can't help but feel there may be no point of praying to God, or that perhaps she has no right to. It is kind of crazy. You don't get to see purely fictional characters in Fate often. Like, they're also in Fate fictional, right? Because you have like King Arthur and stuff who are kind of fictional / debated, but obviously they're real people. Like, she's more so kind of like Sasaki Kojiro then, right? Who is actually fictional and didn't exist all the way back when.
You think so? I'm not sure what to think. I've heard that no one believes in mystics and fantastical things nowadays. Some people also say that myths, legends, even the tales of our own adventures were all just stories someone made up at one point. But even if that's true, I've never doubted who I am. I know that the glorious half paladins of Charlemagne really existed, and I know that the love Ruggiero and I shared was real too. Even if I'm not a real Bradamante, but a shadow of her being cast by humanity, it doesn't mean I'm not still me. There's no reason you can't think the same, Your Holiness. Bradamante, you and I are indeed both shadows of humanity.
Yeah, true. Joanna is not. Yeah, true.
But at your core, you have an unshakable sense of who you are.
Well, I guess Don Quixote... Is Don Quixote a story? I mean, Don Quixote obviously for us is a story. I'm talking in Fate, not for us.
Maybe there's a reason for that. Or maybe, and I know this may sound odd, maybe most heroes like you exist alongside their own mystics and fantasies. But that's not true for me.
I don't think we know in Fate? Okay.
I'm a figment of someone's imagination, my very existence thoroughly disproved by academics. My life, my history, it's all a fragmentary jumble. And what's more, there's now an overwhelming consensus among academics. There simply never existed.
They were right to come to that consensus. Academics are supposed to find the truth of things. Cervantes is mentioned though? Yeah. Cervantes is mentioned, true. I mean, but Holmes was actually a person in fact. I don't know. The idea of Poe Joanna was a revolutionary one that could not be dismissed out of hand. History itself would change depending on whether she truly existed or not. And so, academics pored over every document they could find to verify it, almost as if they were conducting an autopsy.
They were right to do that. Everything they did was right. I just didn't take it well, that's all. It was hard and sad. It felt like they were ripping my heart from my chest. I wanted to grab them by their collars and shake them and scream, "How dare you do this to me?" But we wouldn't approve of that. Not His Imperial Majesty, nor anyone else in the reinstatement realm. You wanted to grab them by their collars. It's a whole other kind of pain, knowing I've drawn all of you into my anguish. Oh, and the collar part is just a figure of speech. Please, just forget about it. Your Holiness, I'm a paladin. I'm supposed to serve my lord and my country and embody justice and light. And I know Archbishop Tilpin would be furious with me if I didn't help to ease your suffering. I might have chosen to rebel against public human history, but I'll never stop respecting you. Thank you, Bradamante. I wish I could do something to repay you. For what it's worth, I pray from the bottom of my heart that you and your loved one will be reunited in romantic bliss. Thank you, Your Holiness. Oh yes, I'm not sure if I should ask you about this. But weren't you arguing with some other servants earlier? Yes, I was. They still suspect me of being a spy. I told them they were mistaken, and that I chose to cut ties with the others because of a difference in our beliefs. I see. Does that mean you can trust me after all? Not at all, Bradamante. I will trust you with my life.
Why the event? Yeah, I kind of skimmed it, but I did read it, but it was really just glancing over it, but it was fun.
I just don't want to pit you against your former comrades in arms. I appreciate the consideration, Lady Joanna, but you don't have to worry about me. I offer this promise on my honor as one of the 12 paladins of Charlemagne.
Oh.
I'll fight them with all my might. Thank you, and I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me for insulting your pride. Oh no. You didn't do anything to apologize for. It makes sense you don't have doubts like that. You'd have doubts like that.
He talks about the story from which he originates, so 100% fictional in Fate. I mean, doesn't Holmes do the same, though? If you're talking about Don Quixote. Doesn't Holmes also talk about the story he originates from? But he's also confirmed to be a real character in Fate, or a real person in Fate.
But I just want to follow you and His Imperial Majesty to the end, no matter what. So what would you do if Konstantinos and I decided to go different ways ourselves? Please don't ask me that. It's like asking a child which of their parents they prefer. I'm sorry, I was only teasing. Mini.
What? Wait, what? What? Oh.
せいぜい楽しむがいい。
Oh, I forgot. We did make a team earlier.
どこに隠れているのか
His origin is Don Quixote F. Joe's. Okay, sure. I believe you.
こういうこともできる。赤い、すぐ目の前。ダメ、溢れる。出てこないで。なんて嘘。いつまで人間の味方をするの？これが私の正体なのにね。ささやかに切り裂いて。
Oh, it's 90%! It's fine. 50? That's okay. Evade? You fool!
帰るパッチすぐ目の前。アイス落としちゃった。ならもういらないわよね。
God, I love this MP.
忘れてしまいましょう。
Oh, man.
咀嚼して離さないで。こっちの出口は竜の口。
Oh, man. How cool is that MP? I guess let's just do the same for now. Alright, everyone. It's time we put our plan together. Yes, a good plan is key to a successful assassination. That's what my senior assassins are always telling me. Our first target is King Hill's second in command, Zhang Jue. If we're to succeed, we must get him to leave this singularity. Formidable as his noble phantasm and spells are, his intelligence is a far-greater threat. I considered using some sort of mage to render him unconscious, neutralizing him, and then bringing him back here. But ultimately, I decided we needed to completely eliminate any chance of him using that intellect against us. We'll assassinate him, as such a dire threat deserves. Got it, I hear you. It's always possible for targets to change when you're making decisions at your own discretion on site. So it's great that we're all on the same page about this now. Solid communication, bro, what? Why do you speak like that? Sure. There are three key parts of this plan we need to decide. The how, the where, and the when. For the how, obviously we'll have to ambush him. Precisely. Sniping him would be far too risky. Perhaps it would be a different story if we had a truly first-rate archer on our side, but... No, even then, I doubt sniping would succeed. Our target is, after all, Zhang Jue, the leader of the Yellow Turbans. Yeah, depending on what Taoist art he uses, his defenses could be airtight.
Oh, I see. So that's why you called me here.
Indeed. We realized we would need the help of a professional in the sage arts. The secretary already gave us permission to bring you on board. It's unfortunate that she's a part of the rebellion, but the assassin should be able to contain her if things take a turn.
Though, of course, we'll have to do our best to ensure things don't come to that. Still, I don't know if I can make it all the way to the Adventure Home's castle. I'm not exactly what you call nimble. Compared to most people, I'm kinda,
A slowpoke?
yeah, that's it. Can I leave now?
No. Now come on, get over it.
Alright, now that Miss Shufu is here, let's discuss the where and when of the plan. First of all, Jiangjue's behavior patterns. According to the scouts we had tracking him, Jiangjue spends most of his time in the Revenge Realm's capital, with the occasional excursion to the Fort Ezagok. Kriemhild has entrusted him with authority over all the surrounding area. He also sometimes causes problems with the Reinstatement Realm during the Revenge Realm's expeditions. He's an excellent leader to his troops, however, these troops vary tremendously in terms of quality, and he cannot fill those gaps on his own. As a result, he frequently loses these skirmishes, but he's also quick to retreat to safety when this occurs. In this ongoing war between the realms, Jiangjue himself has never suffered so much as a scratch. Though he seems not to be particularly skilled in personal combat, he makes up for this with sheer adaptability. In effect, one could say that he's the Revenge Realm's second king. Suffice to say, it would be beyond foolish to try to assassinate him in the capital. Without an escape route, chances are any such attempt would fail, even if we were to risk our own lives to accomplish our goal. Were we to try to assassinate him on his way to Fort Azagok, he would have an excellent chance of slipping through our fingers. So I concluded that our best bet is to infiltrate the fortress and assassinate him there. However, even with this plan, our odds of success remain low. If we trust only luck to see us through, we are doomed to failure.
That's tricky. I guess it all comes down to how tight the fortress security is.
We can assume it's tight indeed, but perhaps not so tight that there's no room for us to slip through. Tell us, Miss Shufu, how would you go about protecting this fortress? Do we know how this fortress is built and where?
Let me see. Yeah, here we go. It's all in this document. That's handy.
Yeah, this place is practically airtight.
You can tell.
I don't know the first thing about Western spells, but I've got almost a sixth sense for Eastern ones. To put it another way, if I did use any Western spells here, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about them. But I can tell this fortress is using Chimendunjia. Basically, use astrology and claromancy to determine the optimal orientation of all sorts of objects. It works on everything from people to armies to castles. It can tell you things like the best way for you to walk or a direction where you're sure to fail.
It's kind of like feng shui. Okay.
As I recall, Zhuge Liang used it during the Three Kingdoms period. Oh yeah, the Unreturning Formation. I've heard of that too. Anyway, my point is, Jiangjue used his Taoist arts to lock this Fort Azagok down tighter than a Hanggu drum.
But historically speaking, once you breach the fortress, capturing it is simple.
It may be that these Taoist arts are the only notable defenses we must overcome.
So basically, it all comes down to this servant.
Huh? You mean me? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Really, when you think about it, that guy might look older, but I actually go back further than he does. Hell, I was a genuine court sorcerer for China all the way back in the time of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Sure, I was involved in a different matter for a while, and my knowledge of Taoist is a little fuzzy. But I'm sure I'll figure something out.
Well, it's okay, Shushu. I believe in you.
Huh? Who the hell said you could come up with a nickname for me? But, you know, it's kind of a good fit. No, knock it off. I insist you show me the respect I deserve. You'll address me as Lady Shufu. Got it?
How exactly do we go about this? Do we need to conduct reconnaissance on the fortress to get past its Taoist defenses?
No, I think we can put together a counter strategy based on what we know now. For example, see there's a talisman used in Taoist arts and a talisman that can counteract it. We can make a whole bunch of the latter kind now. And from there, I can hammer the basics of Taoist arts into your heads so you know what to do with them. Yeah, this could work.
Excellent. I can finally see a way forward. We'll begin with combat training in teams to reach the minimum of teamwork necessary to execute this plan. We'll also help Miss Shufu with her item construction while having her coach us in the basics of Taoist arts. The first Emperor of Japan. Cool. We will hammering out the details of this plan before the day of the mission arrives. Sounds reasonable.
Then I'm gonna need you guys to bring me a bunch of the materials I need for the talismans as soon as possible.
Oh, like what?
We should be able to use forbidden pages for the paper.
Of course, I don't have any. I have one, I think.
Oh, and there's one more important thing.
What's that? Oh, what? King Vorpal Chicken. That's random.
最後までまだダメ。我慢して。
Oh, are you gonna give me a page? Please give. Oh, I think these guys drop pages, right? Surely. Oh.
赤汚れてしまうかも。ダメ。溢れる。出てこないで。なんて嘘。いつまで人間の味方をするの？これが私の正体なのにね。どこにいても役に立って。残念。振り出しに戻って。立ち上がれ。まだ早い。ここで終わることは許さんぞ。
Nope, no pages.
Now I just have to collect lots of this chicken's blood. At least they're big enough that there's plenty to go around.
I see. Divide the talismans incantations in chicken blood. Oh.
Yep, that's right. Honestly, I don't know how much help these talismans are gonna be against Zhangjue's fortress. But it should at least be better than trusting to blind luck to save our asses.
Quite so. Very well then. Let's get down to business, shall we? Yeah. Friendship, solidarity, hard work. Now that's the recipe for success.
What a weirdly sentimental assassin.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of like good vibes, but also a bit much. I'm guessing this is also not. Yep. Yo, you know whose time it is to shine. Do I have a team? Surely. I don't. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Yeah, boy. Ah. Bro, I ain't looping through this one. I'm an...
もうどれにしようかな。こういうこともできる。女神のバカンス楽しくなってきた。お願いパンダ。ゴージャス、ハッピー、エレガント。
Look at this insane return on this one.
アンガルタセブンカラーズ。
Wait! Saved.
なんだ？
We're so saved. So saved, actually.
どれにしようかな。ご機嫌ね。お願いパンダ。ゴージャス、ハッピー、エレガント。
This is the forbidden pages that we needed.
アンガルタセブンカラーズ。何か踏んでしまったかな。
Yeah. Yeah, detective forms, let's go. A few days later. I don't think I can read another word. Me neither. I suppose none of you will be surprised to hear that this work suits me quite well.
Well, we don't want any of you getting overwhelmed or confused, so we may as well start here.
Let's not forget that the three of us are rank amateurs. For a stopgap measure, I believe this should be quite sufficient. I dare say our teamwork has improved considerably as well. And according to Count Fled, the army's training is almost complete.
Guess that means we'll be heading out soon.
Indeed, as previously discussed, only the four of us will undertake this mission. Mr. Delivermet, I'll be counting on you, your simple summons to augment our combat capabilities.
Yeah, between his summons and the three of you, you should be strong enough to take down Zhangjue. Besides, the bigger the operation, the more likely the enemies to discover what we're up to. I'd say we're at a tipping point here.
I take it there are no objections. Then, let's begin the mission. Here's to our victory and the power of teamwork.
I swear, there's something about this assassin that screams shonen manga protagonist.
I see it. We'll be departing first thing tomorrow morning, so I believe we should go say our goodbyes now.
What is it, sir? Did you throw out your back?
I did. I could really use a massage No, wait, no. That's not it. I was just thinking, I know there's probably not much sense in bringing this up now. But are we sure it's not too dangerous for Old Rivermet to join us on this mission? I understand your concerns. Very well, Don Quixote. But I'm afraid this master has to stay close to his summoned servants. Usually, there are ways for masters to stay at a safe distance while supporting their servants. But they're all beyond Delivermet's abilities. He has no choice but to wade into the fray himself.
Well, I'm technically qualified to be a master. I'm not in a position to summon any servants right now.
You're goddamn right you aren't. We're certainly not about to give a mage who already betrayed proper human history once the right to summon his own servants again.
No skin off my nose. I could happily go the rest of my life without commanding another servant.
So there you have it, Don Quixote. As much as it pains me, and it really truly does pain me, we have to let him go along if we're to have any hope of assassinating Zhangjue. Yeah, I'll do it.
Sir, I don't know about you, but Chaldean's explanation makes sense to me. There's nothing more for you and me to do besides pray for their success.
Let's go. I guess you're right. Lord Deliverman, whatever you do, make sure you make it back alive. I, Don Quixote, shall await your return with the highest of hopes. Yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. Well said. Oh, there sound like a real knight there.
You did, sir. You really did.
Well then, maybe I should go along after all.
Absolutely not.
Dread, and here I thought that was going pretty well. No matter how much of a knight you may be, your place right now is on the throne. It may not be easy, but you must be patient all the same. Alright then, Master. I hate to send you off on this mission alone. I understand that I'm essentially useless as a servant now that I cannot fight, but you are going to fight, right, Count? I can't argue with that. Rest assured, I'll make sure our diversion gets the enemy's attention. Sherlock Holmes.
I know, Count Fled. I'll do everything in my power to ensure our master's safety.
Astolfo. Yeah? I would like you to accompany Master and his team over to the edge of the Revenge Realm. Okay. You got it. Looks like I'm coming along for a little while myself. Not you though, Roland. You've got another job to do.
Yeah. I'll lend you guys my elephant. But I'm not the only one who can... But I'm the only one who can blow it, so... Oh well. For the time being, focus on staying alive. You said that's what you've always done. Then I guess I've got no advice to give.
I'd like to throw you all a send-off party before you leave. My master thinks it would be better to save that for your return.
Indeed. When you return, victorious from your operation, we'll throw a party to celebrate. That sounds better to me too.
You'll have everything ready by the time you get back.
Ooh, a party! I can't wait! And not just any party, but a real... Say, Sancho.
Yes, sir?
How can you tell when a party's a gala? Now that I think about it, the only kind of party I've ever been to is the Harvest Festival.
What about the celebration the Duchess and Don Diego threw for you?
Well,
Well, I guess the Duchess was more awkward and celebratory, but still. At any rate, just leave it all to me, sir. Though I rely on you for all the grunt work.
I'm fine with me. I have no idea how to plan a party myself, so just tell me what to do and I'll do it.
That's what I like to hear.
Ooh. Shite.
Morning, Delivermed. You still have some time before you need to leave. Wanna get a little more shut-eye?
Nah, I think I'll go for a walk.
Roger that.
Looks like nobody else is here yet. Yo, Charlie. What's up? Morning. How have you been, pal?
Oh, hello. I don't believe we met.
Oh, is that Caldia on the line? Nice to meet you. I'm Citon, Delivermed's comrade in arms. Still going with Citon, huh? At this point, you better believe I'm gonna keep going with it for as long as I can. Besides, I'm pretty sure I won't be stepping on any other servant's toes. Anyway, what are you doing up this early? Cow, it's basically still night. I've got a lot going on this morning, so... Also, you know, I realized where I recognize the name Seton from. It's in Durarara. In Durarara, I think Celti uses Seton as a name online.
Deliver, Matt. Are you sure we can trust the servant?
Don't worry about me. I won't tell anyone. Nobody likes a rat. I'm just really sorry. I still can't be of any help myself. Well, how about you at least show me your face then? Sorry, but I'm gonna keep the mystery man thing going for a while. Bro. Knowing when to do a thing is almost as important as knowing what thing to do. That said, I'm not loving how I've gotta try this out either. I can't tell you to trust me or that it'll be definitely worth the wait. But if you can guess my identity on your own, hopefully it'll be a sign of good fortune coming your way. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to wait for his climactic entrance for when we need the most. Okay, is it morning already? Hang in there, pal. I'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna try and take care of my own business as best as I can too. I mean, they've been hyping it up. I didn't realize that, you know, they hype up Charlie this much. I thought he was just kind of like another guy, but they hype him up a lot.
He's a real mystery man, alright? His spirit origin is no stronger than a phantom spirit's, but I'm sure he really is weak.
Yeah.
But he is a servant. You don't sense any hostility from him, right?
None.
Okay, I trust the judgment on these things. But if that's all true, I wonder why he won't help. I suppose we'll just have to trust him when he says he's got his reasons. Okay, let's head back to the castle for now. You've got a long day ahead of you.
Just another guy. Hey, I didn't know anything about his story until I looked it up. We did not learn about him in history class. Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I guess.
All good here. Then let's get going. Remember, we'll be heading very deep into Revenge Realm territory. We're bound to encounter enemies on the way, but we won't necessarily need to fight our way through them. If we must, we can always run. In fact, I had Miss Shufu pack numerous talismans specifically for that purpose.
Just be aware that we won't be able to use them every time. Also, we could be in trouble if the enemy has a caster too.
Hey, you guys all ready? I say so, yes.
Got it. I'm taking you guys right up to the border in one of those golem-drawn carriages.
Thanks.
Okay then, let's get going. And I'm probably sick of hearing this by now, but remember, the direction we infiltrate the fortress from will be crucial. Chimendungia is an extremely complex spell, but it always goes in a set order. And it doesn't matter how strong the sorcerer casting it is, in some ways, it's a lot like a gun. If you want to fire a gun, no matter who you are, you have to load it, disengage your safety, and pull the trigger. No matter how good a shot you are, you can't fire a gun without doing all these things, right? It's the same with this spell. It might be complex, but it's not invincible. For example, say it made it so that no one could enter the building from any direction. If you cast a spell like that on a castle, then how would its defenders come and go? So we can definitely get inside. The problem is that doing so will be complex and not at all intuitive. I'll do my best to solve the riddle, but in case I get it wrong.
You're sorry?
Sorry, really isn't going to cut it here, but yeah, I'll still say it. Anyway, as soon as we make it inside, there probably won't be that many soldiers to contend with.
I presume we'll have Chimendungia to thank for that as well.
Yep. Not only is it fiendishly difficult to navigate, but the people inside could also mess it all up by inadvertently screwing with orientations. so they wouldn't be able to station many other servants in there, even if they wanted to, which they don't.
Be that as it may, we do believe we'll encounter some form of military resistance inside. Most likely, some sort of being Jungdre controls with his Taoist arts in lieu of servant soldiers.
Yeah, that's a good point. If he uses familiars, something along those lines, he could severely restrict their behavior patterns to make sure they don't mess up the spell. That would make them much harder to control though, so I think we'll have a shot at this.
Thank you, Miss Shufu. Going over all of this ahead of time has been a great help. We'll be counting on your assistance inside the fortress as well, as your skills will be crucial for this operation. However, there's one other key to this operation that needs to be addressed. Oh right, you mean me, don't you? I take it your noble phantasm is equal to the task of killing Jungdre. Yes. It may not be as strong as the first Hassan's, but my noble phantasm is by no means weak. Although thinking back on it, maybe pride is what kept me from ever matching his. Speaking of which, Lord Delivermat, I understand you've met a number of Hassans yourself. May I ask what they're like? They're all really great people. I see. Well, now I feel a little embarrassed making big proclamations to someone as accomplished as you. But I hope you trust me to see this mission through.
Hey guys, you got a minute?
What is it?
Well, one of our squads is fighting a skirmish with one of the Revengeance squads.
I see. What's the situation?
It looks like we're losing, but at least they're already prepared to retreat. So what do you guys want to do? Go around as it's a stealth mission? That'll probably be best.
What do you think, Mr. Delivermat? Ah, for fuck's sake! I mean, I'll take Shufu's advice.
Gotcha. The squad does seem like they have things handled. Okay, we'll take a detour then.
I mean, there's still a battle in this. I think.
There, we made it past without
Here we go.
Huh? What? Demonic beast attack! Demonic beast attack!
Understood. We'll take care of him. Let's go.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better help out a little too.
Why not just agree to do so in the first place? Wow! What?
Hippogriff!
Demonic beasts. One wave. Yeah.
シャルルマーニュ12
Six.
アストルボ待って散るよあ散らないけど
Does he have buff chance up anywhere? Oh, baby. Don't mind if I do.
真っ赤に行くぞ承知君の真の力を見せてみろヒポグリフ
Hippogriff! Oh my god. Oh, wait, he did more. You know what?
お覚悟。
いくよ。
Thanks for the guts, I guess.
こういうこともできる。
我が立ち三日月こそ。
古きルー
喜び。承知。どうせこの世は地獄な
Son of a big spoon. Yeah.
り。チリアクタになるがいい。ゴー発展。陣内空列。
君の真の力を見せてみろ。
Hippogriffo. I love Astolfo.
痛い痛い痛い。
There we go. Old beast is gone. Now I can collect all the materials.
As much as I wish we could, I'm afraid time is of the essence. Our mission is an urgent one.
Oh, looks like we're almost there.
Yep, this is the revenge realm, alright. Here we go.
Okay. This is as far as I go. I'll head back on my hippogriff. See you guys later. And good luck. We're all counting on you.
We won't let you down.
Woo! Yeah! My predictions never pan out, but I still got a good feeling about this mission.
Don't say that! You jinxed it!
Well, bye!
His predictions never pan out, as he says. Then perhaps we should expect things to go poorly.
Come on, let's go. Let's.
Man, I don't like this.
Uh-oh. Don't say that either. Okay, wait. Let me go get some more tea. Quick break, some more tea, and we continue on. Holy, we made our way all the way here. Whoa. The plot and the aftermath. Uno momento, por favor. Pum pum
この
pum.
時期アメリカでもふと
What the fuck's happening? You know what? Never mind. 5,000. That is as many servants as the righteous realm can currently field in their army. The numbers include about 60 heroic spirits. The rest are phantom spirits. Oh. Large as those numbers are, they have no hope of defeating either the Revenge or Reinstatement realm. If you only have 60 heroic spirits, damn. Even so, there was a beauty to be found in directing a group of highly trained servants toward a common goal. Sure, Robert. Sure. This will be the Righteous Realm's first large-scale battle. As I said, this will be the culmination of your training. You may think of it as another exercise if you like. But know that anything less than your best effort will be considered an act of treason. Treason not against me, but our Emperor, Charles the Great. Remember, that this battle is not meant to demonstrate our might to the Revenge Realm. It's to show your devotion to our Emperor. I'm aware that he's not present here with us. He is, however, using a spell for Farsight to observe each and every one of you. Remember that well, and fight with honor. Show our Emperor that he is in the righteous way. That his is the righteous way. We've nothing to fear from either the Revenge or Reinstatement realm. Show them that you are what you are capable of.
Oh god, please. Please let everyone come back safely.
I think it might be better for your heart if you didn't watch this, sir. Why don't I keep an eye on things while you just focus on praying? Phew, we really aren't cut out to be Charles the Great, are we? Ironic, a decision we made to save ourselves is bringing us closer to death. I don't know how we're ever going to get out of this.
If only the real Charles the Great ever showed up, huh? Oh, I have an urgent message, my queen. The Righteous Realm's army is on the move. They're headed straight for our Fort Worms.
So they've finally shown up. How many troops?
No more than 5,000, my queen.
I see. Maybe there's no need to mobilize our entire army in response. Still, they've never made a move like this. Recall the majority of our soldiers guarding our border with the reinstatement realm. I'll go meet this army as well and get Jandre here now.
It would be kind of crazy if the Reinstatement realm attacked the Revenge realm at this point, because they would be split up. I'm afraid I have some bad news, my queen. We can't get a hold of Lord Zhangzue.
I wonder what's going on.
What would you have us do, my queen?
Go out to meet the enemy. 10,000 troops ought to suffice. Elite Knights, assemble your formations. Now!
Right away, my queen.
I wonder what happened to him. Is he slacking off? Did he turn traitor? Did he die? I swear, just when I need that cunning old man most.
What a hassle, the queen sighed. Let's turn back the clock a bit. Fort Azagok. The fortress where Zhangzue has shut himself away with 100 of his loyal servants. This seems a small group, but in a fortress where even security patrols are confined to a painfully specific route, they were more than sufficient, especially with all of Zhangzue's security measures. The fortress itself is also situated in the heart of the Revenge Realm's territory. Even were the other two realms aware of it, they would never send troops so far. Zhangzue never enjoyed shutting himself up in this fortress though. But he had two reasons for doing so. The first was supervision. as this fortress contains something taboo in the Revenge Realm. Jiang Jue could not relax without coming by from time to check on it. Oh? He also wanted to make sure that none of the servants patrolling its halls have realized what that taboo was. If they did, he would have no choice but to tie up loose ends. The second was preparation. Jiang Jue would never miss a chance to better prepare for rebellion. Not only to rebel against proper human history, but of course to rebel against Queen Kriemhild as well.
There's no telling how long she'll last after all.
Jiang Jue's concerns lay with Kriemhild's mental balance, or rather, the lack thereof. He knew she had resorted to every trick she could think of in her efforts to take vengeance for Siegfried, her beloved husband. She'd even went so far as to try to offer up her own body to Attila, aka Altera. No. The depths of her hatred and her eye for strategy both far exceeded ordinary parameters. Jiang Jue knew that very well, and he also knew she was a berserker. However sane she might have seemed, beneath that, she was still a monster whose heart burned with an unending thirst for revenge. And so he understood that he would eventually have to rebel against her, even if it meant grinding her down to a nub in lieu of her completely falling apart.
Now what am I going to do with him?
His indecision was rooted in his uncertainty about whether his trump card was an ace or a joker. If used well, he could be a blade to Kriemhild's throat. If used poorly, he could destroy the whole Revenge Realm, and Jiang Jue with it. And so he could trust the fine-tuning of this particular asset to no one else. Jiang Jue once commanded armies numbering in the tens of thousands. His schemes, ambitions, and desires were without end. But today, his lucky streak came to an end. In addition to his two secrets, he had also made two grave mistakes. First, he failed to account for the existence of another talented sorcerer, even if they may not have been quite on his level. And his second, ultimately fatal mistake. Was failing to account for the world's greatest detective paying him a visit. What? Okay.
Okay, this Jiang Jue Dunjia pen was solely pretty different from a conventional one, since it was made specifically for him. But it shouldn't matter as long as we can figure out the basic directions we need to go.
Alright, Miss Shufu, where do we begin?
Chimandunjia uses 8 geomantic gates. Xiu, rest, Sheng, life, Shang, wound, Du, growth, Jing, sin, Si, death, Jing, shock, and Kai, open. We need to go through life, sin, and open to avoid the other 5. Let's start with the life gate. This way, and of course... this way, and of course, try to be as quiet as possible.
Yo, is this freaking Might guy? Okay everyone, follow me. As long as we stick to our training, my presence concealment skill should extend to the rest of you as well, at least a little. Though of course, I'm just a run-of-the-mill assassin, not one of the Hassani Saba. So I'm afraid it may not be much better than nothing. That's alright, it should still be more than enough. Now, shall we?
Something's not right.
Shh. What's wrong?
Shit! This way leads to the death gate. Nobody move. Damn it. Jiang Jue must have made even more modifications to the Chimandunjia. We need to think exactly as he did. Now, a single mistake would put us in the death gate.
There are 3 enemy soldiers here. What should we do? I'd prefer to avoid them if we can. That could be a tall order. Which way next, Lady Shufu?
We need to either keep going straight or make a right turn here.
We can't avoid them if we do that.
And then I would at least like to keep this quiet. This action-modified silence amplifying talisman should be able to erase any sign of our battle right down to our presence. But it won't last forever, so we'll have to take them out quickly and without using our normal phantasms.
I love that.
Fine with me.
Alright, let's kill them.
Counting down now. 3, 2, 1. Here goes.
Oh! Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Oh! Crap, I can't talk. No way. I can't make any sound at all. Your lies are mine. And they're saying I can't use my noble phantasm? Just give me the Star Jenners. Yeah, I'll just take that. Whatever. I'll just crit you to death. What? Okay. Oh. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Quick common win. Exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. What do you mean wheel? Wait, am I on the right one? Wait, let me check. Section 13, arrow 2. You're telling me this is a wheel? Oh my god, okay. First wheel of the day. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Okay, I'm fine with that. I wonder if this one's also gonna be no MPs though. Hopefully not. Extra, I have to reroll this because I can't use extra. I cannot use extra, so I have to reroll this. I'm not allowed to use extra because of the previous stream. We rolled the no extra during Traum boss fights. Rider against a caster. Don't mind if I do. Rider. Let me think what I want to do here. Because I could take a 4-star or even a 3-star rider and then use a 5-star for a support of my own. I think that might be the play. Like, I just use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. 1, 2, 3. 5. Wait, let me not use this team. Wait, let me not change this team around. Let me do the other one. Wait. Let me do this one. Okay. One. 2. 1, 2, 3. And then 5 is gonna be easily this. And then 4 can be... It could be Wu Zetian. Wait, do I have any... No, there's no extras in there, right? No, no, no. So it's just this for the extra damage. I'm down for this. And then this... I think this was usually gonna be Mash. But I can't use an extra class. Ooh, actually I didn't think about that. What do we want to do about the last one? Do we still do Mash? Just say like fuck it, because Mash is in Trauma. Oh, she isn't in Trauma actually. Usually it would be a reroll. I've already made the team though, so I kind of don't want to reroll. I'm down to just do Mash anyway. I feel like it's fine. I feel like nobody's gonna complain if I do Mash anyway. I feel like Xeno's not gonna be against it. Yeah. Chaotic. Maybe we fight the Chaotic here. Maybe this does more damage than the other one. I'm down for this. What's this one again? Yeah, I'm down for this. Okay. We ball. If she's part of the restriction, sure. I think it was most meant if she's like... If she's forced, but I'll take it. Where's my 2030? Hello, 2030. Actually, I think I would prefer a Star Bomb over a 2030. Where's my Star Bomb? And then my... Actually, I'll take a 2030. Actually, yeah, no, it's fine. And then Mash, you can take this. He's gonna die turn 1, he's gonna die turn 1. And then these two come on. And then I'm down for Atlas, yes. It's over. Nobody else seems to have noticed us. Let's keep going.
We're heading into the basement from here. I hope your theory is right, Holmes.
It is. Rest assured.
We'll find Zhang Jue there. I'm no expert on Taoist arts, Miss Shufu, but thanks to you, I at least have a reasonable understanding of its processes. What has a process also has an endpoint. There's to say, all things have a logical conclusion. Here, that conclusion is the room next to the safest place in this fortress. That's where we'll find them. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Zhang Jue.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes, is it? I'm impressed you were able to navigate my Taoist art cage.
Me? Oh, not at all. I couldn't have done this alone. Even I cannot intuit the intricacies of another culture's secrets. But it's another matter entirely when I have the aid of one familiar with them. As long as I understand the process, I can arrive at a logical conclusion.
I see, and you're the master who got away. I'm surprised you came back. Admirable. Here to avenge Salome.
You won't provoke me. I've seen like a billion servants die at this point. I'm hardened. I'm a hardened veteran.
I already have. That you need to keep your emotions in check is proof enough. At times like these, it's imperative to stay cool and collected. Now then, surely you didn't expect to come waltzing into my inner chambers and live with your lives, did you?
In fact, we did. You've not a single ally to call upon for aid.
Actually, there's a rider.
Oh?
Were any aid to arrive to you, it would only compound your present predicament. So risky is this little project of yours. We, on the other hand, have already called in help. She's removing every sound from this fortress even as you speak.
I suppose I should be afraid for my life, but I'm honestly more impressed by your compassion. You're right, I can't be too quick to call for help, which is why I have to cast Paralysis spell on all my allies right now. I must ask though, did you, with that piercing intellect of yours, account for these? Come forth!
Oh.
Okay, OST. These are my yellow turban puppet soldiers. Pretty fashionable get-ups, no? So did you account for these as well? Huh. I must confess, I did not. But I did indeed determine that you would have either accomplices or some manner of faithful subordinates with you. Your puppets are, therefore, well within my expectations. Now, prepare yourself. My luck hasn't run out yet. Nor am I so far past my prime that I'm about to let the likes of you kill me. I'm Zhang Jue, the great teacher, and I'm about to give you the most painful lesson of your lives.
It's gonna be 2 waves, isn't it? Oh, please give me 1 wave. I'm gonna be the happiest man alive. 1 wave, 1 wave, 1 wave. Oh! Perfect!
優勢を見せてやるぞ。天下のために今。なんだよ。行くぜ。
Fu Shui. I'm trying to remember what his MP does. I think it's AoE, right? Fuck, okay.
蜂のように舞おうか。
Does it give him sure hit? I don't think so.
そうだな。行くぞ。
サクサクやります。
Okay.
ご承覧あれってな。
Stellon! He didn't kill all of them. Hey, we cleaned them up though. We cleaned them up.
蒼天すでに死す。後天まさに立つべし。星は講師にありて天下大見てるならん。これだ。
Thank you. And then more. Stop lagging. Wait a minute. He's gonna target focus them, isn't he? No target focus. No target focus. No. Thank you. Actually, very nice of you.
蜂のように誘
I was actually fully expecting you to target focus it.
蜂のように舞おうか。
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going for Ushi here. I'm gonna wait a turn with my Kintoki here. I will do this though, just to get the cooldown going, you know. Because Ushi one shots. Maybe I can loop or something, you know.
これぞ我が伝説の一つ。
Goodbye.
鳥のごとく
Big damage. Kapyoom! Now I'm a bit worried what he's gonna do on a break here, but it's not enough. Shoot. Just don't charge up fully, or I'm dead. Okay. That's fine. Hello? Oh wait, this might be a bit of an issue. I feel near the other ones to die, not that one, but it's fine.
Come on, baby! Golden Drive! Good luck! Yeah!
Mm. I'm pretty sure I keep my Ushi alive. Because next time I can get all my skills from Ushi up. Yeah, I do.
わかりました。
決める
サク
ぜ。
サクやります。とっ。消えていろ。
thought it said ignore invincible.
すでに死す。後天まさに立つべし。星は後
I got scared there for a second. It said ignore defense.
大吉ならんじゃないか。すまね
誰か。内熱衝撃弾。
Should I have done that? It's fine. I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine.
パラドクスエフェクターセット。蜂のように刺す一曲。いかがか。
I also shouldn't have. Actually, it doesn't matter. This one doesn't matter. Because it's actually fine if I do it.
宝具起動。前に出ます。 はい、スカートがサクサクやります。これぞ我が伝説の一つ。我が肉体は鳥のごとく水面を舞う。壇の浦発想の目。
It wasn't enough to one shot. That's fine. No, I don't have any buffs. Nice.
この花
Yo, bye Luna. Bye, bye, bye. Have a good one.
負けるわけにはいかないのだ。
This stream's not gonna be much longer anyway. It's probably gonna be another like half an hour or so. But that anti-caster or that caster damage up that I have on the CE came in clutch. Came in clutch. That CE on a good rider. Is that all you've got? He's an even more formidable opponent than I expected. He might even be as powerful as the top-ranked servant. Could he have the Holy Grail himself? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Zhang Jue, the heroic spirit, something sets him apart from others. I see. Now I understand.
Huh! What is it you think you understand?
I couldn't hear what he said. There! Oh, that expression. Kuh! Kuh! Gah!
It can't be, but then that must be it. Curse you! Curse you! Curse you! Curse you! What a failure I am! How? How? How did you figure it out?
Well,
Yeah. What a fool I've been! An absolute jester! You were exhausted, heaven's will. Not at all. I never had such a thing in the first place. And now disappearing. I guess I can't stay here any longer. Does this mean I was mistaken after all? Master.
I'm gonna call sus on that. We didn't see the despawning animation. This is some Oberon shit here. The enemy servant is gone. Though I had to say, it didn't feel like my noble phantasm did all that much. What did you say to him, Holmes? No, nothing much. At least, I didn't think much of it. But in retrospect, it might have been a grave error on my part. What do you mean? I asked him if he really was who he thought he was. If they don't glare away, they're A-okay, exactly. But in this case, I'm afraid our effort may be a tad. Oh crap, we got an emergency on our hands.
This whole fortress is about to collapse.
What?
Well, this is the fun time everyone's been waiting for. The moment it all comes crashing down on our heads. It looks like the old man rigged this fortress to fall apart if he died.
Wait a minute.
Who hasn't dreamed of going out with a bang?
We could best leave immediately then.
Oh, right. Okay. First we need to find the live gate, then the scene.
That won't be necessary. I know enough to lead the way myself.
Seriously? Damn, this whole detective thing is nuts. Hang on. What do you even need me for then?
Let's set the conversation until after we've escaped, shall we? Oh, what's going on? I don't know. Let's just get out of here. Wait, that's the taboo direction. Oh, huh? What? Oh! Oh. Damn it. Which way do I go? Pardon me. Oh. If we get straight down this passage, we should be able to exit to the scene gate. Dude, Traum has so many goofy scenes in it. It's so goofy.
What do you think, Delivermat?
Well, this is Holmes we're talking about, so...
Then maybe we should just make every servant Holmes, but in different classes.
Yo, actually, Artoria's listening right now. That's a terrifying thought. Oh, I have my talents, but I'm by no means omnipotent. I would, of course, make an excellent caster, but for now, I'm quite content as a ruler. Well, phew, it's good to be outside again. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna survive this mission, but it went a lot smoother than I thought.
Well, now you're a dead man for sure. You just had to go and tempt fate by saying that, didn't you?
Yep.
You'll be lucky if you make it back to the righteous realm now.
Come on, Lady Shufu, please don't scare me like that. This felt too easy. Well, we'll see. Good, the golem horse is still here. It doesn't seem as though anyone discovered it. No sign of any enemies nearby. We should be good to go.
Anticlimax much?
You're disappointed, Lady Shufu. Haven't we had enough excitement for one day?
You still don't want to contact them?
It'll be best to wait until we've reached the Righteous Realm's border. Let's see. Considering the time it will take them to learn that Fort Azagok has collapsed. The time it will take them to confirm that Zhang Jue has vanished. And the time it will take them to discover we were here and put together a squadron to pursue us. We've no margin for error, but we should still be in the clear, no matter how fast the response time is. As long as we skirt their patrols, we should have little trouble making our escape. That's a relief. Everything is going swimmingly. None of his finely honed instincts are sounding any alarms. The red sky gradually gives way to the pleasant blue. Soon, they'll arrive in the Righteous Realm, and their mission will be complete. This is so sus. But even amid such a peaceful scene, Holmes continued to rack his brain, searching for an answer. An answer to what, you ask? Why, he wishes to understand why I have yet to reappear. Oh. He planned for Confled to become one of his allies. That part I can understand. It would have been an effective way to rob Keldia of portion of our combat forces. But why hasn't he shown himself again since then? Why hasn't he tried another attack on us? He's somehow preoccupied with his role as the foreign disciple. Rent free, bro, rent free. If he is, then where in the singularity could he be? More importantly, what would he be doing? The wheels in his mind turn and turn, trying to find the truth obscured by the clouds of ambiguity. But Sherlock Holmes will never understand. Yes, some things escape even the man who supposedly understands everything. Now we just need old Holmes. And the trifecta, or the... not trifecta, but the duo is complete, the double duo. In a sense.
In a sense,
Nope.
in a sense, the singularity is akin to a lost belt. History is made by people. There's no way to tell how much time has passed when there are no sentient creatures here to experience it. Think of an insect crawling around on the ground for 1 or 2 years. In that situation, one could make a strong case that no time has passed at all. The singularity is the reverse. Servants are the walking incarnation of human history. Here, where heroes and anti-heroes from every nation, world, and race are continuously summoned, one could say that the path of humanity exists in the background. This is why the idea of rebelling against proper human history is so significant. If Holmes wishes to erase the singularity, merely fitting pieces together won't be enough. He'll need to make a massive leap of logic. But, with worries of me consuming his every thought, he will never reach the answer. He's simply not capable of it right now. Of this, I am certain. In contrast, our goal is well within reach. As the forum disciple, I will murder Sherlock Holmes myself.
Yo. I kind of like that scheme though. That's a cool scheme. Him being like, you know what? I'm just gonna appear in front of him, spew some like vague shit, and then disappear, and then he won't be able to stop thinking about that because of his nature, and he's gonna be preoccupied thinking about that as opposed to thinking about like the important things. That's kind of like a fun and like smart way to go about it.
Oh, it seems that timing is impeccable. Vlad III just returned as well. Looks like things went pretty well there.
Damn right they did.
What?
Don't you think it's dangerous to whack someone with a ball?
Oh, who cares? It's not like it can actually hurt you. Anyway, you were saying?
Well, you're obviously aware this is our first battle as a single, unified army, right?
Yes, so?
It went even better than we expected. Much better. Count Vlad's orders were brilliant and his troops carried them all out faithfully. Our formations, our troops lineup. Everything was perfect. I'm sure the Revenger Realm will think twice before messing with the Ratchetram now.
That's wonderful to hear.
And how did your assassination mission go? Never mind, I can tell from the looks on your faces. Congrats.
It all went smoothly. It just goes to show the power of teamwork.
Then all that's left for you to do now is to report back to the Emperor.
I gotta make an in-person report. Can't I just give you a written one? No?
Wow, you really have nerves of steel, don't you? I'm literally shaking at the thought of meeting Charles the Great.
Ah, don't worry, you'll be fine. He's a really friendly guy.
I find that very hard to believe.
And that concludes our report. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Emperor Charles the Great will now grant you fitting rewards.
Well done. I'm so glad to see you all come back safe and sound. So glad.
You're too kind, Your Imperial Majesty.
We, your loyal subordinates, are honored to have been of service. Man, my shoulders are killing me.
I still can't believe the Emperor himself rewarded me.
What'd you get?
Some magical items for enhancing my spirit origin, and a support mystic code. You can never have too many, of course, but they're usually tough to get a hold of.
Is that so? I already wrote off the talismans as business expenses, so maybe we'll grab some spirit origin enhancement materials too.
Nice. Business expense, tax-free, baby.
How about you, Holmes Delivery Mat?
I suppose we're in much the same boat ourselves.
You should let the secretary know if you didn't get anything. The squeaky wheel gets the grease and all that.
Good point. Ah, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I like that. Alright, I'd better get going. I have lots of training to do if I'm going to catch up to the rest of the Assassin Brigade.
I'm gonna pop up into my spirit form and get some shut-eye later.
Good day, Shufu.
Excuse me, do you two have a moment?
Of course, Miss Sancho. What can we do for you?
Do you remember our plan to throw a victory party once you got back?
I do indeed. Ah, I see. Then I take it that...
Yes, everything's ready for you. Can I ask you to come back to the throne room so we can celebrate?
Of course. How about you, Master? What about Shufu and Assassin?
I do feel bad about excluding them after all the hard work they put in. But I'm afraid we need to keep the matter of my sister's identity to ourselves.
It's alright, Mr. Delivermat. We can have another smaller wrap-up party with them later. Would you mind if we left the proceedings early, Miss Sancho?
Not at all.
Bottoms up!
Cheers!
As well as it went, it was still only the first of many missions to come, but very well. One should never underestimate a banquet's capacity for increasing morale. Man, Astolfo, you should have seen me out there. There I was, perfectly blended in among the foot soldiers, doing my job like it was second nature.
Oh, so you didn't actually do much fighting then?
I was part of the team. That's what matters.
I used the fireside spell to watch the battle from here. Y'all did magnificently. You were in such perfect lockstep with each other, I couldn't tell where you were, Lord Roland.
I cautioned them against going off on their own. It's a common mistake among individually skilled soldiers. Their side, well, I'm certainly glad this battle went as well as it did. It's not all good news. How come? One of my goals for this training exercise is to have the troops practice responding to sudden unforeseen accidents. When things are going well, it's a tendency of soldiers to grow overconfident.
That's true. It may be a good idea to train the troops on what to do in case something goes wrong.
Agreed. I'll put a plan together right away. Please, everyone, drink up, eat up. Ah, what a great day this has been.
Careful, sir. You don't want to get carried away.
Indeed. Stule for used to tell me. Admonish is a better word. There is nothing more dangerous than a mage in high spirits getting carried away.
You mean you get a Sancho of your own?
Oh, yes. Occasionally uncompromising, always demanding. That was Stule for you.
Ah, it's good to meet someone who knows my pain.
Oh, really now? I see.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that, Sancho.
Then how did you mean it, sir?
I'm looking for a graceful way out of a clearly unfavorable situation.
Mesh here. I'll be taking over for the director for the time being. Congratulations again on a job well done, Senpai.
Thanks, Mesh.
You too, Kadok.
Me? I literally did nothing, unless I sitting on the sidelines and watching a battle.
Did you notice anything noteworthy?
You know how occasionally you'll get second or third rate servant to a surprisingly strong noble phantasm or strength stat? Well, there were a number of servants like that on both sides, so it made for a hell of a show. I don't know if I should say this, but it felt like I was watching a major spectacle. Big flashes of light, magic and magical energy, all that kind of thing, every time a command spell was activated. That happened on both sides, ally and enemy alike. So that was the master we're up against. We know they're not a cryptor, that's for sure. But I'll be damned if I have any idea how a mage ends up like that.
We've been looking into this master as well, but it's gotten us nowhere. All we can say at this point is that Holmes was right. The same master is using command spells on on all those servants. I see. Damn it, what are we missing?
What are the foreign disciples, then, Master?
That's possible, but... let's just forget about that for now.
What? 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 It's a genuine question.
How's the Woodnex coming along? I'm afraid it'll still take a little time. We're just short on staff right now. And Da Vinci is currently on break.
A break, huh? I see.
No, that's fine then. I don't have anything urgent to ask her. Just let her get the rest she needs. I will.
Then say that you can't answer it. She just said, but. And then moved on. Say that you don't know if that's the case. I say that you do know. Astolfo. Great workout. Great work today.
Nice job. Really.
Ow. I too was pleased to see you both take such an active role in this war. Count Vlad, you're too kind, sir.
Well, appreciate it, Count.
Can you not even say thank you properly, fool?
You.
Oh, alright. I suppose I can live with that. So what did you guys do? I was the captain leading the raid. I cut a path through the enemy with good old Durandal.
I had the special forces, so it's pretty much just hopped on my hippogriff and charged right into the enemy.
So, both of you just all charged right at the enemy.
That's right.
That wasn't a compliment.
What? Come on, compliment me. I want some praise.
Put manure on the mic.
How could he be so chummy with me? You think we knew each other in another world or something?
Nice reference. Nice Apocrypha reference. Durandal, huh?
That's my sword. Super Durandal. The coolest, strongest, awesomest sacred sword in the world. What about it?
You should probably leave out the super part though.
Well, you see.
Huh. So you ran into wielders of Durandal and the third singularity and the Atlantic Last Belt. That's awesome.
Yeah, they were.
So Hector did that, huh?
Wow. Hector was in the third okay. Oh yeah, he was. That's right. He was kind of like a big deal in the third singularity, now I remember. I tried to remember who in the third singularity had a Durandal. Yeah.
We all looked up to him, you know?
Hector's a legend to European heroes like us.
And the other one was Mangiacardo. Wait, that Mangiacardo? That crazy, arrogant, obnoxiously handsome king of the Tartars who had adventures with actual fairies. I can't believe he had Durandal too. I bet he was all... I can wield this bad boy one-handed and still be 3,000 times as good as Roland could even dream of.
Right? Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, man. Nailed it. Nailed that. Wait. Who are you talking about here?
Mangiacardo.
I don't think I ever met him myself, or if I did, I forgot. I do get a feeling Mante kept pestering me about something though. But eventually, and on about how great Ruggiero was.
It sounds like the Mangiacardo you know is very different from the one I did. Would you mind telling us about him?
So yeah, that's what he was like.
Damn. I don't know what to say here except, well, damn. That's really something.
If our Emperor was here right now, I bet he'd say, "No, that was super awesome."
Yeah. You think we could pull off something like that?
I don't know. What you mean?
I'm sorry, Master of Chaldea. Don't get me wrong. We're not talking about strength or anything. We're just wondering if we'd be able to make the same choice under the same circumstances. I'd like to think I could be a big hero like that, but I'm not so sure. I just don't feel brave enough to say I could sacrifice my life like that, and I really mean it. And really mean it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that Magikardo sounds really awesome.
A toast for Magikardo. That's cute. And to deliver Matt, who wouldn't be here right now if not for Durandal and his bravery and sacrifice?
Cheers!
I think I should raise my glass to Magikardo as well. To his noble spirit and to his tremendous bravery.
Thank you so much.
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask you to. Where did you support Don Quixote when he decided to pass as Charles the Great? You're two of Charles's, or rather, Charlemagne's 12 paladins. Were I in your position, I would have been fiercely opposed to anyone impersonating my liege.
I guess I just call it a necessary evil. I could give you all kinds of reasons, but...
So what it really comes down to is, if the Charles the Great we knew was here, I'm sure he would probably say something along the lines of, "Sounds good to me, you're awesome." And made Don Quixote emperor just like that.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, like you said, we used to call him Charlemagne ourselves. You don't think such a big lie would upset him?
Nah, he would have been the first to laugh and forgive a whopper like that. He always had a knack for making lies into truth.
And so we're pretty sure that even if he was summoned here right now, he wouldn't be the last bit mad about what we're doing.
Yeah, heck, he'd probably ask Don to keep pretending to be emperor himself.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that. He was an adventurer at heart, our Imperial Majesty. Heck, that's too long to say. Let's just call him Emperor.
You may want to be careful about speaking too poorly of your liege. Though I don't personally take issue, some less savory types hearing that may grow disrespectful to Charles the Great in consequence. Then again, I suppose if anyone has the right to speak that way, it's those of you who knew him best, his trusted knights. Pay my earlier statement no heed. By all means, continue your conversation.
Oh, okay. So, Delivermat, as I was saying about our Emperor. He was an adventurer at heart, the kind that set out on one in a heartbeat and not come back for ages.
You could pretty much say he was the same as us, though. I know I'd take an adventure over politics any day.
Our Emperor wasn't the sort to be content just ruling quietly from his throne. He'd be happy to let Don Quixote play the part. Probably he'd just say, sure, have fun and be off.
Hold on! If the real Charles the Great were here, I'd be more than glad to trade presents with him.
Hey, we're just speaking hypothetically.
I can tell how much you guys love Charlemagne.
You bet we do.
Guilty as charged. Things weren't always easy with him, but I never once regretted my choice to be one of his retainers.
I see. It's a shame that I never had a chance to meet this magnificent emperor for myself when I was still alive. I can only hope I get another chance in the second life. Me too, minus the second life part. Yeah, it'd be kinda crazy if he were here.
Yeah, we'd love to see him again too. And you know, I bet the two of you would really hit it off.
Yeah. I can go and pay those two a visit as well.
Oh, hello, Lord Delivermat. Are you already turning in for the day? You're not. I see. In that case, I'll go ahead and designate a good place for all of you to get together. Here, why don't you bring these drinks and snacks as a little souvenir? Okay, have fun.
Yo, a feast in the room.
I sure wasn't expecting the secretary to call us in here all of a sudden.
She said something about additional rewards and that they were delicacies at that.
And she was right. I have here a fine selection of alcohol, refreshments, and fruits. Not to mention tobacco.
Whoa, there's even a hookah. There's even hookah supplies. I think I'll take those if no one else minds. Oh, and I'll stick to tea since I can't drink alcohol.
But I can, and I will.
Yeah. Well, everyone, once again, here's to a job well done. Charles the Great was tremendously pleased. Whoa! Honestly, it still doesn't feel entirely real.
Yeah. Zhang Jue is dead, right?
He is. I made sure of it myself.
His spirit origin vanished completely. However,
He's going to return. Or rather, there's a possibility another one of him is waiting in the wings. Yep.
what?
Zhang Jue became incredibly flustered when I asked him if he really was who he thought he was. He would only respond in this way if his personal sense of self were extremely ill-defined. I believe that lack of self was a consequence of him being an imposter of some sort, which is why I asked him that question.
Really? I mean, he sure as hell seemed strong enough to be the real deal.
Indeed, he did. Abnormally so. Even enough that it left me uncertain as to whether it truly was him in the first place. However, whether that abnormally strong version was the only Zhang Jue to exist is, as yet, unclear. You should check out the thumbnail after this arrow. Perfect. There could be several of them, much like the yellow turban puppets he commanded. I'm merely speculating at this stage, though. I've got a feeling he's probably not wrong. Well, who cares as long as he's gone? And hey, if he comes back, we can just assassinate him again. More importantly, we should be celebrating and doing a bit of enhancing our team's bond, if you ask me.
You're really into this whole teams and bonding thing, huh?
They're what you need to fight as a part of a unit. Good hookah, that. It may be bad for my health, but that's not something I have to worry about, so life's good. I respect it.
Okay, we are servants.
What about if there was a human here?
Huh? What do you mean?
Like, would they be torn limb from limb or something?
No, now I see. Getting torn limb from limb, huh? Of course not! Huh? That almost happened to you at one of your summonings. Damn, what kind of monstrous servants were they? Huh? Were they fairies?
Fairies, you say? I've heard rumors about them, but I don't know much about what they're actually like. The fairies themselves weren't especially dangerous. If anything, they were more like warped imitations of human nature.
All that aside, and I can't say this too loudly, but I don't think having humans around would be all that big a deal. Especially not now, when we're mostly focused on trying to take down the other two realms.
Incidentally, we ended up here in the Righteous Realm, though through fairly conventional means. But what about you two? What do you think of the other realms? Just that they're the nations we need to defeat. I lost a lot of friends in our battles against them. The same goes for them as well. There won't be a peaceful reconciliation in all of this. The two of the realms will either surrender everything or be completely destroyed. There's no middle ground here. I see. So you fight more of a sense of duty than hatred.
Something like that. Though it all still barely feels real to me. I don't care at all for the revenge over Reinstatement Realm though. The revenge realm feels especially icky to me. And the Reinstatement Realm, well...
What about it?
Who was that big cheese again? What's his face? Konstantinos?
Yes, that's right. Konstantinos the 11th.
I kinda hate his guts.
Yeah, do you now? That's something of a surprise to hear. In the history of rulers, he's well known for being neither a tyrant nor a fool. From the little bits and pieces that we saw of him, he seems pretty, I don't know, he rubs me the wrong way. I cannot speak on to how strong he is as a servant, but as the king of a realm, I expect he has a holy grail backing him up. So why should I test him so? I guess it's the way he's so high on his righteousness. Don't get me wrong, I don't want my country to be a den of bribery and lawlessness either. But I also can't relax in places where everything's too perfect, you know? I see. You make a good point. Given the reinstatement realm's goal, they have a vested interest in upholding righteousness and responsibility. What goal's that? Constantinos seeks retribution and proper human history for refusing to let a certain woman exist. Who's that? Pope Joanna. I believe Constantinos wishes to rebel against proper human history so that he can make her existence known throughout the world. Joanna. I think that name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Who is that? A female pope. It was always believed that she existed, but later proven definitively that she did not. A very rare being indeed. Heroic spirits, myself included, contain mystics by definition. When our existence is inscribed in proper human history, how much of our real past is included? Of course, some heroic spirits such as Narcerenheim are born solely from stories. Others, such as myself and Mr. Jekyll, come from stories that are heavily based on reality. At times, myths and legends are formed by going back to the past. Though, of course, most such myths come from a reality when the Age of Gods was still in effect. As a prime example, take the 12 Olympians, who were real beings. Wait, you mean those gods actually existed? Man, you really know everything, don't you, detective? At any rate, for most heroic spirits, reality and fantasy mean very little. But Joanna is not like most heroic spirits. As she was said to be the Pope, the veracity of her existence was examined quite thoroughly, and claims of her having been real were flatly refuted. Well, I guess I do feel kind of bad for her. I mean, at the end of the day, it's another story, right? Though it's a different kind of story. It's kind of like a rumor that turned into a story, but it's no different than a story. But it doesn't explain why Constantinos would want to reinstate her. You've touched on the question on why the reinstatement realm is doing what they are. The question remains a mystery. Maybe he just has the hots for her?
Ah, be more crass.
I know, frankly, it sounds like a popeless endeavor to me. Good one. Good one. Thanks, I've been practicing improv. Regardless, it's not a matter over which we need to be terribly concerned. Our focus now should be on standing against them.
Well, sure, but it doesn't look like we'll be fighting the reinstatement realm anytime soon.
True, especially since our current plan is to whittle away at the Revenge Realm's forces.
Anyway, that's enough fucking shop. This alcohol won't drink itself.
Agreed. Not that I'm going to drink any.
Here, check this out. See the shady looking Taoist medicine? If you add this to alcohol before you drink it,
Yeah?
you can get really, really drunk. Woo!
And she's not playing around, is she?
Lady Yu! I really, really hope we can see you again someday.
Lady Yu.
I'm shouting her name here because I can't keep my love for her bottled up anymore. But don't tell anyone else, okay? Ah, Lady Yu, why are you so beautiful? You're a flower blooming in a desert. Blah 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 blah. 17th verse, same as the first.
Enough already! I can't believe she's been singing like this for an hour straight. Who was that got her drunk again? Oh, right. She did it herself. Well, nothing much we can do about it.
And that's all I've got.
And she just collapses. Fair enough. I said that's a good sign. It's about time to call it a night.
Agreed.
Agreed. Let me just put a blanket over her first.
Thanks.
Well, it's been grand. If you don't get to work together again soon, take care. And the same to you. He's a really good guy, isn't he? Yeah, he's chill. Indeed. In other, it truly pains me that we need to lie to him. This war is about to get much more serious. Charles the Great will, of course, need to come to the front line himself. We have to be brave and work very hard if we are to navigate this tightrope of a situation with any success. Though, of course, it's also possible that the situation is about to take a sudden, potentially dramatic turn. Why do you say that? That's so ominous. That's so ominous, brother. Well, that's gonna be it. Oh, boy. That's gonna be it for today. A bit of a shorter stream, but it was a late one anyway, so... All Out War Reinstatement Realm first half. Wow. Check the thumbnail, of course. You got it, Chief. Where did he even get this picture of me? Did he go through like every single stream that I ever did? That's fucking insane. The amount of effort. Should be in clips. Okay. Holy. Kinda crazy. Xeno goes so hard on these. Yeah, I'll set it after this. That's crazy. Dude, I was so tempted to just get a Sei. I love Sei's design, to get a Sei, but I would never use her. I would never use her. She's not all that, unfortunately. She has a 20 charge. Bruh. For a limited 4-star? Bruh. Yeah, that was really good. Today's story was really good. Today's story was a banger. Dude, Charm is so fun. I think the entire interactions between the people, like we're talking about like the comedy in Charm and stuff and the goofiness. I think this is probably the best execution of like all of the goofy scenes and like the humor that I can think of in FGO so far. Like purely when it comes to like how to integrate goofiness without putting you out of the story and without like kind of like making you cringe or anything along those lines. I think this might be one of the best, if not the best. I really like the way that it's integrated into it. It's all really well done. All of the goofiness and stuff is really well done. We're also blazing to Traum. I think we're just over half in what, 3 streams, and there's not gonna be a stream for until this weekend, by the way. No stream tomorrow, and then no stream basically until the weekend. On the weekend, I'm not sure what the plans are gonna end up being, but there should be at least one stream, either Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully both of them, but definitely no stream tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So a little bit of a break, I guess, from FGO for a bit. But yeah, as I said, we should be back during the weekend, and we probably, if nothing else comes in between, actually no, I was gonna say we could finish this during the weekend streams, in 2 streams, but I'm not gonna make that promise. I'm gonna say we can finish it Monday or Tuesday next week. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah. So, and then after that, after we finish Traum, we have LB7 waiting for us. We have LB7 waiting for us, which I am so excited for. So excited for. No need to rush? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of content, FGO content, that we need to get through. Because there's obviously the arcade collab coming out as well. There's the Hibichika collab, and I want to play those. And then we need to play OC1, OC2, extra CCC, and then we have Anniversary and the summer event. And then we have OC3. So we need to do all of those by the time that OC3 comes out. All of OC3, I guess. 2 or 3 parts. I don't know how many it's gonna be. But I feel like it's gonna be... It's doable. Kinda need to rush. But I feel like that's all doable. Action CCC before OC1 and 2 will depend on where we are. I definitely don't want to play OC3 before OC1 and 2 though. I feel like I would rather postpone OC3 and not play it on release than play OC1 and 2 after OC3. I'm fine with postponing the OC3 stream for it not to be, like, to not match up with the actual release of OC3. I'm fine with that. Because you guys also will need to catch up on it. I'm sure you guys will want to play OC3 before watching me play through it on your own, right? So I don't mind, you know, having an extra month of, or a few weeks after OC3 to, until before I started actually. So, yeah, like if it's like a month or so, it's fine. And as I said, I want you guys to play it on your own, right? I don't want you guys to be avoiding my streams because of like spoilers, because you haven't had the time to play it yourself or something along those lines, right? I want you guys to be caught up first and foremost before I also catch up to it. What about Summer? Oh, Summer, we're gonna... I mean, Summer's gonna be OC2 locked. Wait, actually, is Summer gonna be OC2 locked? No, it's not gonna be OC2 locked, no. Playing it in February when it comes back as main interlude. Oh, that's what you mean? Oh, wait. Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. I forgot. It's gonna be gone, right? If you don't catch it as it's airing, it's gonna be gone, right? For a bit. I forgot about that. Who the fuck made that decision? Oh my god. Who thought that that was a good idea? I guess FOMO cells. FOMO cells. Use those extra months for action stuff. I would rather do that. I think. I would rather do that. I think I would rather do that. We can also like do other stuff in between those months. Yeah. I think so. I think worst comes to worst, we wait with OC3. I definitely don't want to play it before OC1 and 2, because we've been going chronological or release order so far, so I kind of don't want to change that. Yeah. Like if we have a lot of time, yeah, exactly. We can do like Tsukihime as well. Dodging spoilers will be hard though. Hey, I have not been spoiled on anything yet. You guys have been talking about like spoilers of shit like FGO ending and like spoilers of that. I have seen nothing. I'm gonna be good. There'll be other stuff to do. It's fine. We'll fit it into the schedule. Like even after that, like we're gonna have so much time for FGO because sure there's gonna be other things to do, but like we're gonna be basically caught up to the story at that point, right? We only have OC3 as the main story for FGO, so or we're only gonna have OC3 as main story, yeah, until whatever's gonna be next drops. So and who knows when that's gonna be. So I think it's chill. It's chill. It's chill. I definitely don't wanna I don't think I wanna rearrange stuff. But yeah, that's the current idea, the current schedule. Anyways, you can just skip through summer story and catch OC3. We'll see, yeah. We'll see. Depends on, I mean, I do want to play the summer story though. Oh, you mean just skip through it and then play through it after? Oh yeah, we could do that. Kind of like do the same thing as we did with well, that we tried to do with the Mahou event. Yeah. Just skip through it and then wait on it for a bit and then play OC3 and then come back to summer. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that as well. That could be fine. We'll see. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's stream, guys. As I said, no stream until Saturday or Sunday. I'll keep you guys updated on all the timing, as always. And in the next stream, we start the All Out War, as the title says. All Out War reinstatement round first half. So that's gonna be hype. So thank you guys for joining today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.